now. What do you think? Here we go. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. All right, now let's...
Oh, listen to that. Let's see. I have to make sure we were live. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Hey.
Testing.
Yep. Yeah. We got sound.
We got sound.
We got sound. Woo! Hi, everybody.
We're operating a little bit.
We're Bradless.
We're Bradless. We're Bradless tonight.
That's right. But we're brave. We're going to go venturing out and solo sailing, right?
We're back to the same old used to be.
Here we go.
But Brad is watching us, though, to see if we do all right.
Ready?
Here we
go.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Allen Lovewell, and seated right next to me is the lovely and wonderful, lovable Molly Conole. She's out and about
So
doing
sweet.
singing and performing, and she's a lovely lady, and we're all here together to wish you a
That's right.
wonderful Sunday at sea, last Sunday of April, the last
March,
Sunday of
right?
March.
April's coming.
April's
It's
right
coming.
around the corner.
That's right. We got March going out like a lion or something. What is... Yeah.
And we got fog today. We're hoping.
We're hoping you can hear the foghorn. We've been listening to it right down
The ferry boats come in and out of Vineyard Haven Harbor on a regular schedule almost every hour.
And that's really close by, so we can really
And
hear
when
the
there's
foghorns.
a lot of fog, we hear them. They're doing the concert. and it's loud enough, significant enough. I don't want to get your hopes up, but they're loud enough that you'll hear them.
We'll point it out to you when we hear it, so we'll hope you'll hear it too.
And it's
a great sound.
It's just fog and spring.
They go together.
They go so well together. And there's
Today, for example, I went out for a walk with my sister, and she wasn't quite outdoors yet, and I said, well, it's misting outside. It wasn't really raining. It was like liquid fog you could feel in the air. It was misting. And that's kind of a thing that happens around this time of year, is misting. So, yay. I know that sound. Hey, we got some friends with us. Susan McConnell's here from Chicago.
All right.
Hey, Chicago. Hey, Susan, how are you?
We're doing this
John
song,
here.
Cape Cod Girls.
That's right.
Because we're kind of excited. The month of April we've got a couple of gigs coming up.
That's right. One of them's on Cape Cod.
We're performing on Cape Cod at the Cape Cod Maritime Museum.
Woohoo! We can't
So
wait.
we're so excited. They are so nice to us. They treat.
I know they really are. We can't wait to see some of our Cape Cod friends there in person. That'll be so fun.
And then we'll also be performing up at Pathways and Showmark. We'll do a 20-minute show.
That's
20 minutes.
Or 10 minutes or something, but
10
we're going to be
minutes.
surrounded with a whole bunch of other salty characters doing salty things.
So it's like the unveiling of spring.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's like
great.
the opening. We got daffodils outside that are starting to show.
There they are.
My next door neighbor, she's got daffodils blossoming. Mine haven't kicked in yet.
We've seen a whole bunch of them along the roadsides up island here. Oh, it's so pretty.
My new crocuses that I planted last fall.
They're doing great.
They're a happy bunch. Cape Cod girls, they don't need no comb.
All the way, all the way,
They comb the hair with codfish bone.
bound away for Australia.
So it's even up, my bully boys.
All the way, all the way,
Heave it up and don't you make a noise.
bound away for Australia.
Well now, Cape Cod boys, they don't use no sleds.
All the way, all the way,
They slide down the dunes on
codfish heads. Bound away for Australia.
So it's heave it up, my bully boys.
All the way, all the way,
Heave it up and don't you make a noise.
bound away for Australia.
I like this part.
I do too.
Well now, Cape Cod doctors, they don't use no pills.
All the way, all the way.
They feed their patients on codfish gills.
Of course, bound away for Australia.
So it's heave it up, my bully boys.
All the way, all the way.
Heave it up and
Don't you make a noise. Bound away for Australia.
Well now, Cape Cod cats, they have no tails.
All the way, all the way.
They last them through those southwestern gales.
Bound away for Australia.
So it's heave it up, my bully boys.
All the way, all the way.
Heave it up and don't you make a noise.
Bound away for Australia.
All right, I want you to help me with the next verse.
Please help us.
You know it. It's the last verse. But it was the first verse.
There you go.
Cape Cod girls, they don't use no combs.
All the way, all the way.
They comb their hair with,
Codfish bones. Bound away for Australia.
so it's heave it up, my bully boys.
All the way, all the way.
Heave it up and don't you make a noise.
Bound away for Australia. Bound away for
Australia.
Yeah.
Whenever I sing that song, I always think of the cat at the inlet.
Yeah.
Did I tell a story about a cat I knew? There was a
Please
cat
do.
I once knew. I was living in New York City in Lower Manhattan. Anybody out there know about where I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yes,
the
definitely.
Fulton Fish Market. The Fulton
Oh,
Fish Market.
yeah.
Right next door to the Fulton Fish Market, which is no longer there. It's not there anymore. It's gone. They moved out into Queens. It's somewhere else. But the Fulton Fish Market at its time, in its day, was a very bustling part of the city at night, from like
Oh, wow.
9 o'clock at night until 4 in the morning.
Oh,
All the
boy.
trucks from all over the region, I said, from as far north as Maine, as far south as the Chesapeake, they'd all show up with seafood.
Cool.
It's a segue into how do you get a cat into a story like this. Well, we live right next door to the Fulton Fish Market, and that whole drama was such fun, and you can imagine there was a cat there, and we called him Pirate, because he was missing an ear. And you know what those street cats are in the city? They have a tough life.
Yeah.
Or they have to defend themselves, or they got to be cranky, or they got to be whatever it is to make it through the day and the night. And I tell you, he was in heaven when it came to eating, because everybody made sure that cat ate. And he had the freshest fish from anywhere in the world.
Wow.
Pirate. I love that
Pirate.
cat. I was just,
Aww.
I mean, I never get close to it. I don't know if I don't have the memory of ever petting it. But I had a high regard, a high respect for that cat.
Or pirate.
Which seemed and behaved as though he owned the neighborhood.
Well,
like
it
he
did.
owned the neighborhood. And you know cats are like that. Tomcats and whatever. They get a little bossy. And they know what they're doing. Anyway, that every time we sing that song, I think of that Cape Cod cat. I think of pirate.
That's cool.
Isn't that a fun
that's
little
a great
story?
That's a great story.
That's awesome. Hey, we got Jeannie's joined us. We got Joanne's joined us. We got some friends here. Thank you guys for coming and joining us.
Oh, Joanne, thank you for being with us this week. I can tell this to my friend. There are many of you out there in the audience who stay in touch with us throughout the week.
And we're so happy for that.
They
love
post
that.
things on Facebook. They're storytellers too.
That's right.
And Joanne, you watch her. You pay attention to that lady, because she's not only smart.
She's on it.
She's not only smart. She's a very, very sweet lady.
That's right.
And
That's
she puts words on Facebook and around. She's so thoughtful. We appreciate her.
Helpful. Has all kinds of good, thoughtful, helpful posts. That's right.
So anyhow, thank you, Joanne, and I guess the list is long. We had a lot of people commenting us.
Oh, let me move this way. We got a lot of words here.
This is an old sea shanty. This sea shanty goes back to the days of whaling. And I tried to sing it last week and I couldn't get started.
Well, you were stuck in a circle because you were playing something that
I was playing
so
the wrong
similar.
tune.
But it was so similar.
My mind was so locked in on it, and I couldn't. Anyhow,
It was really similar.
so
Well, you
we
got it this week.
So we practice it before the show, and this is a salty season. I don't know how many of you feel the same way as me. Please comment if you do. We're in that transition period, getting close to spring and summer. It's too cold out there to get on a boat voluntarily. I mean, you get out there if you're working, and if you're a fisherman and make a living at it, you're a tugboat captain or whatever, you get out there,
Yeah, you gotta.
But this is the time of year when you you see the daffodil and you see the herring flying overhead. You saw a herring, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw
The
the osprey.
ospreys.
You saw the
Sometimes
osprey
the herrings
flying
are
overhead.
flying
And
with
they're
the
carrying
ospreys.
herring. And so there's so many wonderful things that are happening around us that sort of push your thoughts
Yeah.
to the water.
I saw an osprey out here just in the backyard earlier today.
Seahawks. For any of you who don't know what osprey is, another name for it is a seahawk. And on the West Coast, they have a sports team called the Seahawk. And it's referring to the osprey.
The osprey,
I
yeah.
love the osprey. They're a kindred friend to the bald eagle.
And they're a sign of spring because around this time, some people can pinpoint the exact day, like March 21st or something. I don't know, whatever it is, there's a day, and they say, oh, here comes the ospreys today. And darned if they're not right. And they
fly
come all
in
the way
all
from
over.
South America.
From South America.
And they're here, like right on time, right on schedule. The male comes first because he builds the nest. And then the female comes. And then they have babies and they sit on the nest for a while. Yeah. So it's
So
sign
it
of
kind
spring.
of gets us all going,
Yeah.
It gets us all excited. But you don't want to go out on the boat now because it's cold out there. It's nippy out there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we have Lori from Madison, Wisconsin has joined us too.
Oh my God,
Hey,
Laura,
thanks
you know
for
what we're talking
joining
about.
us. Oh, Joanne didn't know that a seahawk is an osprey. That was a good new
Oh my God, look it
tidbit.
up. It's a whole story. There's a whole legacy. I mean, we all know about the bald eagle, and we can look that up. We know it's a national flag and national bird. But the ospreys are wonderful, wonderful fishermen.
They really are.
Fishhawks, seahawks. and they're beloved here in this community. And I'm Melissa down in the Chesapeake. If you're watching, Melissa, we got friends all the way out on the coast who love osprey.
Yeah, and we build big places, platforms for them to build their nests way up high because they like to be up high and just to make sure they have a place to build it.
And we do that because trees don't stand anymore. People always take down the old dead trees, so we have to create these artificial dead trees, places where they can build their nests. And
Back here, there's a big ball field, and there's a couple of ospreys that come every year, and they build their nest right behind these giant lights that are lighting up the whole field. Their nest is pretty small, but that's where they like to build it.
And they're opinionated too.
Oh yeah, they're very
They talk
vocal.
more than an eagle.
They're very vocal. Yeah. We should have an osprey song. Oh well, this'll have to go.
Well, I met a young gal from Frisco town. My heart was not my own. We kissed when we parted. My money and watch was gone.
Uh-oh.
As I was walking down the street, the people said to me, "Now there goes a brave young whaler man who's off to sea once more. Once more, once more, I'm off to sea once more." Did you just hear that?
Do you hear the ferry boat whistle?
It's still going. That's a
'Cause
foghorn.
it's fog. Oh, that was worth
That
stopping
was
the
time
song
to
for.
stop the song right there. Did you all hear that?
That was
The
good.
foghorn?
I hope we hear it once more too.
I hope he does. Come on, come back.
Once more, once more,
we're
off to sea once more.
Now there goes a brave young whaler man
Who's off to sea once more?
I might stop again if he starts up again.
Once more.
Well, a boarding master picked me up. His name was Shanghai Brown. I asked for him to take me in, but he looked at me with a frown. The last time that I paid you off, you chalked me no more scorn. But I'll take your advance and I'll give you a chance. I'll send you to sea once more. Once more, once more. We're off to sea once more. Well, I'll take your advance and I'll give you a chance. I'll send you to sea once more. Well, he shipped me aboard a whaling ship, bound for the Arctic Sea, where the cold wind blows. There's ice and snow. Jamaica rum would freeze. Oh, I can't stay here. I have no gear. I'd spent all my money ashore. 'Twas then that I wished that I was dead. Then go to sea once more. Once more, once more. We're off to sea once more. 'Twas then that I wished that I was dead. Then go to sea once more. Well, sometimes we got sperm whales and sometimes we got none. With a 20-foot oar stuck to your hand, you rode all day long. And when night it came all along, you slept upon your oar. Oh, your back is weak, you shall not seek a berth at sea once more. Once more, once more, we're off to sea once more. Oh, your back is weak, you shall not seek
A berth at sea once more.
So come all you brave young whaler men and listen to my song. When you go on those long whaling trips, I'll tell you what goes wrong. Take my advice, don't drink strong drink, or travel along the shore. But get married, me lads, and spend your nights in, and go to sea no more. Once more, we're off to sea once more. Bucket marry me, lads, and spend your nights in and go to sea no more.
No more.
No more. I'm off to sea no more. I got married, me lads, and I spend my nights in. I go to sea no more. Is that cool?
That's very cool. Oh, Joanne has a story about ospreys too. When she lived on Long Island, that they were really in trouble from DDT. That's absolutely true. From around here too. That's right.
Oh, yes.
After they abandoned it, and then they came back. That is a great success story. We agree. Yep,
It's a huge story. That you want to go that direction. I have a great deal to say about it. Yeah, the whole population of ospreys up and down were threatened because of the prevalence of DDT. And what it was doing was it was softening the eggs, making the eggs so they wouldn't hatch, or the birds, the little babies wouldn't come. And the numbers of osprey in this area collapsed with the arrival of DDT. And it was only through the actions of eliminating the use of DDT in the environment. Now, let's get rid of it. Stop using it on that the osprey started coming back. And when the osprey started coming back, there was a concerted effort here on this island, and I know it was up and down the coast, to make sure that those young osprey had a place to build their nests. And they would artificially, naturalists would artificially create upside down stumps on a tree. That was the experimental idea. And to create a space for the birds to nest. So it's a complicated tragedy that turned positive.
Yeah.
And
They
I wish
really
we
made
could
a
have
comeback.
a little bit more magic in our world today when you have a complicated tragedy. First of all, the DDT. Second of all, the lack of abundance for tree stumps for the build on.
Mm-hmm.
And what they were doing, the ospreys were building their nests on power lines. Joanne, do you remember that? They built their nests on power lines, and electric service companies had permission to go shoot them.
Because they would cause like transformers to
They'd
and
have
burning up of the
fires, you'd
nests
have
and all
kinds
kinds of
things
stuff.
up
Yeah.
there. So it was an amazing effort of collaborative, and I wrote many stories about it years ago, and we have over 100, I think there's as many as 120 nests on Martha's Vineyard
That's
alone.
really
Martha's
good.
Vineyard, 100 square miles, and 100 nests. And they're prime real estate in the world of a young osprey. They have a hard time finding places to stay, but they got at least 120 nests. And so we love ospreys, and we because they're so cool. They feed on herring.
That's right.
We love that.
We love that. We might be singing about herring soon too, because it's all connected. But not right now. We're going to do another little.
Yeah, we're getting closer.
We're getting closer. We're going to do a
little bit more musical because we talk too much.
We love this tune though, Planxity Irwin, and we found out that Planxity is we don't know if we're pronouncing it right, but it looks like that. Planxty is a term that means in honor of.
That's right.
So Planxity Irwin means Irwin was somebody who was worth writing a song about. So this is it, and we think it's a really pretty
This
one.
wonderful man, O'Carolan, wrote all these wonderful Irish tunes.
Yeah, thinking
for
about
fiddle.
a bunch of nice people.
And he was blind. He traveled around Ireland performing,
Isn't that cool?
and he wrote songs for people as a way to make some money.
And these are
And we're
beautiful.
gifted with all these tunes that he wrote.
Yeah.
Here we go.
True.
Did you hear that? I'm sorry, I'm going to stop when I hear the foghorn.
So great. What a
Can
great
you
song.
imagine living in a community where every once in a while you hear a foghorn and it's not regular? It's not like tied to a lighthouse so it comes on. It's all tied to a vessel that comes
That's
into
right.
port. And it's amazing. It colors our life to have a foghorn. Please, if you agree with us, please comment. And we love hearing from our friends who love
That's right.
foghorns. We could do a whole show about foghorns.
All right. Are we going to start again? We'll start the second time through.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Do you like that, folks?
Such a pretty tune. We love that one. That's a good one. Ah. All right. Aw, thank you for the nice compliments. Ben DeLong says he misses foghorns. Yeah, I know.
Ben, we thinking of you all the time. Just know that.
And they used to
We love you,
be
Ben.
more frequent, the foghorns, the actual ones, like at the Coast Guard stations, right? The lighthouses.
Yeah.
They would run those a lot more often. And
Than they do now. Now, because of automation, they don't use them anymore. And also
Yeah.
because of noisy
the neighbors say,
neighbors
"Ah!"
don't want to hear their houses rattling with the sound of a really loud foghorn.
Yeah, right next to him. I can understand that, but oh boy, we miss it.
My favorite recording, and I didn't know it at the time, was recording the West Chop and the Knobska Light foghorns. You could look them up on Martha's Vineyard. There are
So-
two lighthouses that oppose each other on either side. One's on on Cape Cod, and the other one is on Martha's Vineyard.
They were talking to each other.
And they would talk to each other, and whenever there was fog, and I went out there with a recording device, and recorded it, and in a foggy sound. You know the sound of fog. It's amazing when you're on the water, and there was a guy fishing right next to me, so you could hear him casting his line. Well, you can hear that audio on my Martha's Vineyard folk songs, and it's still quite
It's great.
quite an item. No singing, no mark or anything. Just Mark's out there with a recording device. Record. There goes my
There's a ship's
bell.
clock.
So anyhow, the idea is that I had no idea at the time. They don't
You
talk to
can't-
each other
yeah, you
anymore.
can't
Those
hear
two
that
lighthouses
anymore.
don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
So
Done.
it's great you
over.
got that.
The one on
recording.
Knobska is now a trophy house, big monster house right next to the lighthouse. And if you owned that house, you wouldn't want to hear a foghorn like that. It would be shaky, rattle your chandelier. rattle your dishes. And the one on West Hartwell, I think it's still there. I mean, it's the foundation of it is still there, but
It's
I never
the Coast
hear.
Guard station.
I think
the West
I think
Top.
somebody would if you're watching the show and you know the answer, it's possible you could turn it on with your radio, with your marine radio, but you don't hear them. We don't hear them at all. Anyhow,
We don't hear them.
All right, well, let's talk about seasonal stuff. This next song is a seasonal song because now is the time that the boats are still out of the water. Those that spend the winter on the land, getting fixed up. This is a time that they're getting fixed up. And what's the biggest thing you got to scrape off the bottom of the boat?
barnacles.
That's right.
I do it. We do it. We all do it. Get those barnacles off the bottom of the boat, and if you have good bottom paint, you probably don't have to remove too much, but they're always there.
They're always there.
They sneak on there somehow.
They are sneaky, and if you don't know a lot about barnacles, before I wrote the song about barnacles for fun, I was like, well, I gotta know something about these creatures, and the more I read about them, the crazier they seemed, because they spend their early life in their sort of pre-settled period. They're these like spindly little things, creatures that crawl everywhere, and then they're like, oh, I like this spot, and they settle in the place that has the best current flowing by. That's why you always see them on the noses of the whales. You see them on the docks where all the current is going by, because that's where they're going to catch the most food. And then what do? Well, they say, this is a good spot, so I'm going to plant my head right there. That's what they do. They stick their head onto the thing, and then all their legs and their arms go sticking out to grab the food and feed themselves. Isn't that a funny creature? Then they build this hard shell around them. Some of them can close their door, so when the tide goes real low, they don't get dried out. Some of them don't have to do that, like the whale ones. They just stay in the water all the time. They don't need that kind, but... So there's a whole
just
bunch
in
of
case we
different
have
ones.
a scientist out there watching the show, I just say they swim around as larvae,
Yeah,
and they're looking for a nice place to attach themselves.
that's right. They're real estate hunting.
And they will outlast us.
Yeah.
They're world travelers. They attach themselves to a ship and go all over the world. And they get themselves in trouble, too, where they go different places.
That's right. That's right. So this is a tribute to that amazing creature. Because, well, they're probably smarter than the rest of us. Oh, I need a little recorder, don't I? Let's do a little recorder stuff here.
We love it when Molly does a little bit of recorder. Oh my God.
Let's start again.
Here we go. Barnacle's king of the ocean. Kinda strange since he's not much in motion.
Not too much.
He prefers to prevail on a dock or a whale, holding tight as the world passes by. He's a builder with mastered self-doing.
He has.
Builds a shell, why he knows what he's doing. His legs catch the krill till he's eaten his fill, then retreat when the tide leaves him behind. Whoa, with the barnacle's crown of cement,
You'll find that he is hell-bent. Oh, yeah.
on sticking into us. Oh, yes, sirree. The barnacle's
king of the sea. Yes, the barnacle's king of the sea. Let's have another verse. It may seem the barnacle's lazy, stuck on his head.
Why, that's just
crazy. But his headstrong
us feel like we're the jerk.
When we think we can outsmart his ways, we keep trying our paints
And our potions,
power
washing,
and ointments and lotions, oh boy, to make him unstick. But he knows the trick, and more barnacles grow back in days. Oh, with the barnacles crown of cement, you'll find that he is hell-bent on sticking it to us. Oh, yes, sirree. The barnacles, king of the sea. Yes, the barnacles, king of the sea. It seems now that's all for the telling. That's all. 'Cause the barnacle's head,
It's a swelling,
oh, it is. He can outwit us all.
crusty fowler he's gone.
That's gall to keep digging and dragging us down.
But you have to give credit, he'll never
Never
give up.
Oh, yeah.
He's much, much too clever.
He sure is. To his crusty ways, cheer! Woo!
Might as well hoist a beer.
Yeah.
So
So the barnacle, he wears a crown. Oh, with the barnacle's crown of cement, you'll find that he is hell-bent, oh yeah, on sticking it to us. Oh yes, sir, yes. You can scrape, you can swear, but I warn you, beware. The barnacle's king of the sea.
What?
Yeah, the barnacle's king of the sea.
What?
Oh yeah, the barnacle's king of the sea.
Yay, Molly.
Yay. He's king. That's right. We got some crowns showing up here.
What are we doing here?
All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, folks, for coming.
That's
Thank
right.
you for being with us tonight.
That's right. Now we got to have a beautiful song, Mark's beautiful herring song. We got to sing that because it's so
We
so
mentioned
pretty.
it during the start of the show about how important herring are to the sign of spring and to the culture of this community. It's a huge deal.
There are a few active herring runs here on the island, and we're glad they are.
And the trouble is that they're so depleted, there's no commercial or recreational fishing here, Connecticut, up and down the coast. They're so troubled that fisheries managers and the fishermen themselves are deeply concerned about the population.
Because if there's not enough herring, there's not enough food for the bigger fish to eat.
Right, and if there's not enough herring, there's not enough herring in the future. So the good news is this: herring is part of our story. The good news is that herring is part of who we are. goes back thousands of years to our Native Americans who used the herring for multiple purposes, everything from feeding each other to the fertilizer in the sandy soil.
Right.
It was a critical, and they came by the ton. They came up the streams by the ton. and of course, we white settlers showed up, and we were opportunistic, and we harvested as much as we could for the next 200 years. And that was a great part of our story. However, what happened offshore is the fishing boats targeted them and got them, and so there are numbers
bigger
of that.
and bigger nets, and
20 odd years ago, I lost track of how many years ago, they imposed a moratorium to shut down the recreational and the commercial fishing, thinking that they'll come right back. Maybe a moratorium for a year or two. The moratorium is still in place because they're just not coming back in the many we want. Now, I have to say this, the numbers that they're seeing last year are an improvement over years past, but it's a long road. And some
of it has to do with the actual herring runs where the fish would be trying to get in. They haven't been kept up, or the wetlands, the streams, or the ponds, or whatever, the flow has been interrupted. So there's been a complicated story to try to make their comeback.
Yeah, it's like the osprey story. It's like there's a lot of things you got to do to make things. When we mess up the environment, I'm sorry, I'm going to get on my soapbox. When we mess up the environment, we do something wrong. We overexploit. We do something wrong. It takes years.
Like with the salmon.
A concerted effort to bring them back.
Like out west with the salmon, how they're getting rid of some of the dams and the damage that we did with restricting their flow up the river to spawn. So at least there's some awareness and things happening.
Trying to bring back the salmon, the Atlantic salmon. They used to be around here. Atlantic salmon used to be here. It's an amazing story about how we can mess things up.
Yeah.
So here's the song. Here's a song. Draw attention to the beauty of this amazing fish.
That's right.
And its value to our community.
That's right.
They'd be so scarce in this modern day. A humpback whale breaches from a deep dive. Bald eagle flies so way up high. Shiny silver scales and that old fish weir. Seaside fish were our darlings. We hauled them in the morning before the sun. Ice cold water and our hearts were warm. Fish scales they made silver pearls. Wampanoag, Penobscot, every coastal tribe. Winters were cold, it was hard to survive. Hope of spring came with his fish in the sea. They came wiggling, swimming up the stream. Scarce they aren't around much anymore. The banks, squander them and have snow melts. Ponds open up and the creeks let out. Wherever a trickle of water meets the sea, there's a herring waiting to come upstream. In the darkest night when the moon rises, hold that lantern light up high, the herring have arrived. Their names remind us of where we should be. Blueback, Allwives, Bucky, and Sawbelly. These fish were our darlings. We hauled them in the morning for the sun. Fast cold water and our hearts were warm. The ladies, they love Priscilla pearls. The ladies, they love Priscilla pearls.
All right, I'm looking at the time, and we're going to have to make this next intro a little short. But it's so cool because it has to do with Brad, who we're missing, and a very good reason we're going to be missing him in the next few
Brad
weeks.
is the guy who puts our show together.
He does our editing and our tech guru stuff, and we're going to miss
And when
him.
he's not around, we kind of fumble and bumble around to try and make the show come together for you.
That's right. And we're going to do our best because we will keep it going. But we wanted to share that Brad has a really cool trip coming up. So if you keep in touch with him on social media or whatever, look for some cool pictures coming from
New Zealand. He's going to New Zealand.
So in that honor, we first of all wanted to mention that the Prime Minister who saw New Zealand through COVID was here on the island this week. She
Just
gave
this
a
past
talk.
few days.
Just a couple
She may
days
still
ago.
be here.
She might still be here. And she gave a wonderful talk about a movie called Prime Minister, which was all about
Which was
her in that time.
aired here on the Vineyard.
Yeah, and she gave a talk afterwards. Everyone said it was wonderful.
She's a lovely lady, and
Lovely
our hat
lady.
is off to her.
So we just thought it only appropriate that we sing this New Zealand song, which you're all going to know and sing along with. We know you know it.
I gotta do a capo.
Oh, that's right. We got to sing it up a little bit.
This song comes from New Zealand.
And so we're hoping that when Brad goes there, he's going to see some of these guys doing this. Maybe not.
There are a lot of whalemen from Martha's Vineyard buried in cemeteries in New Zealand.
Wow, maybe he'll see that.
And, I mean, not a lot. I mean, the idea is that we were connected to New Zealand a lot better than we are now because of the whaling industry.
This is an old song. There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy the Tea. The winds blew up about him down on Go, my Willie Go. Soon may the Willerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. Not been 2 weeks from the shore and down on her right whale. The cap called all hands and he swore he'd take that whale in tow. Woo! Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave. The boat had hit the water, a whale's tail came up and caught her. Hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Woo! Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was free. The captain's mind was not ungreed, for he belonged to the whaleman's greed. She took that ship in tow. Whew. Soon may the whaleman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when
All hopes were lost, there were only 4,
but still that whale did go. Soon may the whalemen come to bring us sugar and tea. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and
go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut, and the whale's not gone. The whaleman makes his regular call to encourage the captain,
crew, and all. Soon may the whalemen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. We'll take our leave and go. We'll take our leave and go. So, Brad, if you're listening, that was just a hint that when you come back from New Zealand, please bring us some sugar and tea and rum.
What are we doing on time?
We gotta say a couple of thank yous because, of course, we have Brad who does our editing and posts our stuff on Cape Cod CCM. So not Cape Cod. That's out in Salem, Oregon. The TV station, and here at MVTV, and we're so glad you guys all have the option of watching us in those places. It's so fun. And also podcasts are available through the Fisher Poetry Archive. You can find all our podcasts on all those podcasty other sites too, and our music on Spotify and Apple Music.
If you want to tell a friend about our show, you don't have to watch it on Facebook because they get recorded. These shows get recorded and rebroadcast on YouTube. So you can visit, and we just posted some more shows up there. So anyhow, go to YouTube.
Mark Allen Lovewell's YouTube channel, and you'll find it.
And just go, all you really have to do is go to the YouTube and put in the search Mark Allen Lovewell, and you'll come up with my channel. And
and
we
there's lots of shows there.
Hundreds of videos. Hundreds of videos. We're moving along here.
That's right.
We're creating all kinds of fun stuff.
So we thank our Patreon and Substack supporters as
well. They are
well.
sponsoring us. They fund us. They help fund us. We are so grateful to them.
You can always sign up for our very newsy and fun
newsletter. You can be a participant. You can contribute.
You could also go to mollymark.com and sign up for the newsletter.
Be part of our crew.
This is a newspaper guy. He writes really good newsletters. They're really good. Great photos, great stories. We got videos on there too. So it's a fun newsletter. It's very fun.
Join with us.
That's right.
This is sort of like the show Sunday at Sea is the tip of the iceberg.
Brad says he's going to bring back a rock with barnacles on it.
Oh my God, your baggage. Oh my God. You'll have an opinion.
I love it. Oh, Lorraine says you two are like a warm blanket by the fire on a cold night. Oh,
you're so sweet. Thank you
so much. We love you. We love you all.
We love you all. No kidding.
That's right. That's right. So, Brad, here's a final wish for you. You have an awesome, total awesome trip, and then please come rolling home back to see us.
Bring back some stories.
That's right.
Such a beautiful place. We've heard nothing about it other than it's beautiful, lovely, friendly people.
Yeah.
The whole community.
Pictures. We can't wait to see your pictures.
And you won't feel like you're upside down. That's the word. You won't feel like you're upside down, though we'll be thinking you are.
You know this one.
It's hard
Sing
to
along.
imagine you standing upside down. Brad being upside down. All alone. frosty morning, and the sails were full of snow.
Tighten those shoes
And pulling those halyards, let her off and let her go.
rolling home, rolling home, across the sea, rolling home, the dear rolling home,
One more verse.
one more.
Many thousand
Miles behind us,
many thousand miles to go. Have a good time, Brad.
the ocean lifts her waves to bring us to that well remembered shore.
Last time.
Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea, rolling home
To Martha's Vineyard.
and Salem, Oregon, rolling home, dear God, have a good trip.
Thank you, everyone.
Toast to Brad. And a toast to you all for a wonderful week. A little touch of ginger beer here.
Oh my God,
we
forgot
love you
about
all.
this. Yeah, we love you all.
Cheers. See you
Cheers.
next week.
Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow ye winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes.